Welcome to MindReps, where we cut through cookie cutter mindset coaching and bring you real, raw, biblical foundation for elite performance. I'm your host, Derek, and this is Mark.
What's up, everyone?
And we're not here to be comfortable. We're here to become Godfident, because confidence is temporary, but Godfidence is eternal.
That's right.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father God, we just thank you for this day, Lord, that you've given us, Lord. We profess and claim that you are the King of Kings, Lord of Lords, Jesus, Lord God. Open our hearts to receive your word, your spirit, and help us to speak through what you want to accomplish, Lord God. Whoever's listening to this, give them strength, give them peace of mind, give them a Godfidence. In your mighty name, Jesus, amen. Let's go, man.
So what's up, man of God?
Not much. Took us a little while to get rolling this morning, but we're here. We're here.
A couple bloopers, but you know, we figured it out.
It's all good. And like I just said a minute ago, right? Like, you know, the enemy wants to stir up anxiety and fear and doubt and frustration, and we just rebuke that. And we don't really got anywhere else to be, man. This is where we're meant to be.
100%.
I'm excited for the challenge tomorrow, starting tomorrow, the Compete with Godfidence Challenge, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Talk about that.
I did one challenge back in June that went pretty well. There's about 10 families involved. This time around, we have, as of right now, 14 families involved.
Let's go.
And it's going to be 3 days of just life-changing transformation, mindset, just shifts, character growth, man, I believe spiritual breakthrough in families.
Amen.
And that's what it's about. So that starts tomorrow. You'll be here.
Yes, I will be here. We're going to break some bread and get on the call and give some value to these families.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. So I've been neck deep in that. But other than that, man, I'm good. You?
Not much, bro. I've just been hearing all these rumors about the AI bubble and, you know, just fear. People talking fear. Same thing with, like, you know, the age in 2000s with the computers and everything. You know, I feel with AI though, there is a air of caution, right? I don't think it'll be as forgiving as things in the past, right? Being that, you know, everyone's kind of racing for that super intelligence, right? All these countries. You know, it's interesting, you know, but we're in the business sense, what we're doing here, we've been using it to maximize, you know, and giving value to these athletes, really tailoring it so that every athlete can get the most out of, you know, not only the Bible as being the way, the truth, the life, the you know, the path, but also giving them some groundbreaking, you know, in time, real time, you know, psychology, some handles, you know, for them to really, you know, and you've done a great job of with your background, with coaching, with sports, and just, you know, your educational background of using AI for that. And so I see there's a positive. Yeah. Everyone's kind of speaking on the fear of the bubble in the market and all this other stuff.
People who just fear things like this don't understand it. Fear just comes from lack of understanding, right? It's like, you know, if you understand how something works and how to use it to your value and benefit and the potential good that can come out of something, you won't look at it as fear. That's a poverty mindset at the end of the day. You know, anybody think about, oh, it's AI or this or that. It's like, it's just a poverty mindset. You got to grow. You can't stay stuck. You have to say, okay, how can I use this tool? How can I use this resource to help, to push forward? And so we're going to be doing some awesome things. And I'm excited about that. And let me help you, because friends help each other.
Let's go.
Okay? Friends help each other, so let me help you there. All right, man, so I'm excited today because we're talking about endurance, man. And this is a good one, guys. So I just got a little bit of coaching for you guys. We're going to chop it up, and we're going to talk about it, because I feel like right now, speaking about that, we're in a time over just these last few years where it's felt like it's a constant cycle of trying to make it, a constant cycle of feeling like, man, I'm almost there. I've almost achieved the goal. Finally, I've reached breakthrough. And then it's like, boom, you get hit with something, and then you're right back where you started. We talk about fear, right? The pandemic, you know, the let me not go there.
Pandemic.
The you know, the situations that have arisen, financial situations, presidents, the you know, the woke mind, virus, just all this stuff, man. It's like, feels like we're in a constant battle. Yeah. And so I want to talk about endurance, but I want to think about endurance in a complete different way today. That it's not just, you know, we got to stop enduring the wrong thing. We got to stop just saying, man, I'm just getting through. Oh, it's just another day. Like I'm just moving forward. You know, I'm kind of in this battle, but you know, I know that, you know, there's a great story on the other side. We got to stop enduring the wrong things. And I wrote this down. The world celebrates endurance for endurance's sake. Just don't quit. Just keep grinding. Just get through it. Just hustle, right? Like just just endure for the sake of
Grind till
enduring.
you shine.
Just grind, just fake it till you make it. That's all nonsense. But I put here, biblical endurance isn't about white-knuckling your way through life. It's not survival. It's strategic pursuit of what God has set before you. So if you look at endurance as a strategic pursuit, as a strategy, endurance is literally a strategy for getting closer to the promise that God has for us. So when we go through these times, we go through these seasons where it's like, man, I just got to push through. The mindset is, I'm just trying to get through. The mindset is, what am I supposed to learn in this season right now? What is God, what are you trying to work up inside of me? What are you trying to build inside of me? What are you trying to get me to see? What are you trying to get me to stop doing so I can get closer to the promise that you have for me? So you have to look at endurance as literally a strategic advantage, right? We're not just enduring because we're just grinding to get through. We're actually in these moments literally to shape and mold us for who God wants us to be. And so let's go into the text. And I put here real quick for you guys. We need to stop enduring mediocre mindset, average actions, dead dreams, comfort and complacency, and just enough. We have to stop enduring I just want enough. I just want to be average. My actions are going to be average. My attitude is going to be average. These dreams, I'm going to dream low. I'm going to dream below the potential that God has for me. I used to have purpose, but I don't have purpose anymore. I'm only making this much money. That's the only money I'll ever make. I'm 50 years old and I'll never be able to do that. I'm too old now. We have to stop settling and enduring average, low-level mindsets and thinking. So let's go to Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1 through 2 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him and endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. Amen. So as I was doing my study here, I wrote this down: endured. Right? Because it says Jesus endured the cross, and then he disregarded its shame. And another translation says he disregarded its shame. So when I wrote this down, I thought about this: endure, disregarded. Disregard, another word for disregard is scorned. The definition of scorned is felt contempt for. Meaning that it's beneath consideration or worthless. So the shame, which is this emotional feeling of embarrassment, this emotional feeling of I don't want people to know that I did this or see me in this way. It's humbling, it's embarrassing. The cross was used as a torture device, but also a humiliation device, because you're set up there, completely vulnerable, open to everybody. And it says Jesus felt contempt for, which means it was beneath consideration. It was worthless that he was going to have to experience this embarrassment. It was worthless that he was going to have to experience this embarrassment. So then it got me thought, okay, endurance is going to require us to put things below our consideration. In order to endure, we're going to have to put limitations, we're going to have to put fears, we're going to have to put doubt, we're going to have to put other people's opinion below us even considering that that's even a thing. We also have to put down the possibility that it's going to be a failure, it won't work, beneath consideration. In order to endure something, we have to not even consider, what if this thing fails? We have to not even consider, what if I never get through this? We have to not even consider,
what will I look like?
What will I look like? We have to put below consideration. That has to be worthless. So as you're enduring a season or enduring a battle, everything that's not for you, you have to count it as worthless. Count it as worthless. Disregard the shame. I have to go do this thing because I have a mission. And then phase 3 was, then he was seated in honor. He was seated in honor. So I wrote this: Jesus completely and totally put the pain of the price of the cross beneath any second of consideration in order to fulfill the mission. And in return, he is seated beside the throne of God. When we're going through seasons, there's going to be pain. When we're going through seasons, we have to pay a price. We have to put below consideration. We have to not even consider the fact that this is going to be a painful season. We have to not even consider, what if this doesn't work? We have to not even consider, what if I go through this for like 6 months, then people are going to look at me and think that I'm a failure. We have to not even consider and say, no, I have to pay this price, and I have to work through, I have to endure, which means continue even through hardship. So not just continue through hardship in order to get closer to the promise of God. So in order to develop high self-esteem, because we want high self-esteem, and everybody talks about confidence. I don't like confidence. My whole thing is I don't believe in confidence. I don't believe in being confident. I don't believe in, I just want to grow confident. I don't want to grow confident. I don't want to grow confident because when I start getting confident, I start getting prideful. When I start getting confident, I start thinking that I got it all together.
Right.
I want conviction, which is a deep-seated, deep-rooted belief. It's deep inside of us. It's not a feeling. It's a thing inside of us, because most of the time I don't feel very confident. When I'm running an ad and I'm spending thousands of dollars a month on ads, I'm not very confident that's going to work out. Right. When I'm putting together these podcasts, when I'm creating content, when I'm doing this challenge, when I'm writing a book, whatever, I'm not very confident, to be honest with you.
But you have such a conviction that's so deep that it moves you. And that piece is pivotal, man. That's what makes the believer is the faith, right? That's so good, bro. That's so good.
So I have this conviction inside me. Hey, even if this fails, even if this doesn't work, I'm not a failure. It's not that I didn't work. Even if this fails, I know I have to do this because there's going to be something to learn in the season. There's going to be something I have to produce. There's going to be something I'm going to have to do that even if the outcome isn't what I wanted, the process of who I'm becoming in the moment is going to be everything that God has called me to be, which I'm going to break down, which is so just amazing in this passage of exactly how Jesus develops it. So everyone wants to, high self-esteem. Everybody wants to feel like, a respect and admiration. If we're being honest, like we want to walk around, we want to be around our family, we want to be around our friends, and people say, man, I'm proud of you, man, you're doing good, man, I look up to you. We want to feel that. But the only way to develop that is you have to go through suffering. No one is ever inspired by someone who always had it figured out. No one is inspired. No one's ever been inspired by someone who's always had a silver spoon-fed mentality and resources. No one has ever felt inspired from someone who always just found a way, who's born in and worked into a trust and never had anything hard. No one's inspired by those stories. No one's inspired by that. So we all want to have this story and feeling of respect and nobility and admiration, but then we don't want to go through suffering. Or when we go through suffering, we go with a piss poor mentality. We go through it whining and complaining and fighting and screaming and making excuses and not pushing through and saying, hey, my standard is higher than this season. My standard right now is higher than this season. I'm going through the season, but this isn't my standard. I have an identity, not a lie identity, right? I'm going to believe the identity in Christ, not the lie identity that the devil wants to put inside me and say, you're a failure, you're not enough, you'll never be good enough. Just close that business down, just stop playing that sport, just whatever. That's the lie identity that the devil wants to put on top of us, right? So let me go into some main teaching points, and then we'll get into the meat of practical applications. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1-2 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, let us also lay aside every weight and sin which clings so closely, and let us run with endurance the race that is set before us, looking to Jesus, the founder and perfecter of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him, endured the cross, despising the shame, and is seated at the right hand of the throne of God. So point number one I have is biblical endurance has a target. Biblical endurance has a target. Worldly endurance just has time. We're going through seasons and it's just, I'm just in this season. So many Christians have such the soft mentality of, I'm just in a season. I feel like so many Christians out there in the world today are led by passivity and led by, Jesus said, don't do this. And Jesus said, don't do that. Jesus said, don't do this. But Jesus also called us to action. Yeah. Jesus also called us to be stirred up in righteous anger. Jesus also called us to walk in the word and be a doer of the word, not just a reader of the word. This soft Christian mentality is why we're getting in the position that we are getting into. And ultimately, the end's going to come at some point. It's going to happen, but it's going to happen through the passivity of current Christians. What was the first sin in the garden? Passivity. Yeah. So it's the story has started with passivity and sin, and the story's going to end with passivity and sin. And it is a sin to be passive. Yes. So right now we're living in a time of passive, comfortable Christians who are always deflecting and putting away and say, well, I'm just going through a season. Well, this is just what it is. Well, politics is just what it is, and this is just what it is. Yeah. No, we have to pick up our cross. We have to deny our own selves and follow Christ, which means that we have to have a mission that we're focused on. That kind of stems from us not wanting to deal with our own crap. And then also looking at Jesus as just like, this Kevin up there that's all love and light, and at the end of the day, true, what we're talking about here, to really dig into it and have it, you need correction. Yeah. And majority of the Bible is correction. Yeah. So
you're really hitting it, bro.
So we talk about like these seasons of seasons of soft mentality and just getting through it. I want to read this down. It says in the word stripped away. So we have to literally get rid of things holding us down. Literally we have to get rid of things that are stopping us, that are delaying us, that are distracting us from getting closer to the promise of God. So we have to strip away. We have to run with endurance the race God set. Highlight God, the race that God has set before us, which means we have a specific calling, right? So we have to get rid of all of the things that are weighing us down. We have to run a specific race that God is calling us to, and we have to fix our eyes on Jesus, not anybody else around us, not our friends, not our family, not on this person, on that person, to fix our eyes on Jesus and say, God, I might not be able to see it. I'm not very confident right now. Man, this is tough, but I'm fixing my eyes on you so that way you develop inside of me a spiritual maturity to become the person to fulfill the call and fulfill the mission. We have to run with endurance the race set before you. So now don't just run with endurance. Don't just get through the season just for getting through the season's sake. I talk to so many people that are like, oh man, I'm looking, for a job, or man, like, the business, I work with so many business professionals. So like, man, like the revenue isn't working. The revenue, man, I'm trying to get the revenue up, and that's the main thing in business. Obviously you got to have revenue. You got to be making a profit. Yeah. You have to be getting clients, and so many coaches online. That's my realm is online coaches and gym owners. And it's like I've worked with so many that are making excuses for why their business isn't in a position that it should be in. Oh, I'm only making $8,000 a month. I'm only making $10,000 a month. Okay, so are you reaching out to every single person in your phone right now on text message, seeing who wants fitness plan? Are you DMing every single follower on Instagram? Are you spending even $10 a day on an advertisement? Are you creating content consistently 2 to 3 times per day? Are you what are you doing? Are you out in the community shaking hands and meeting people and going to the Chamber of Commerce or going into the grocery store? What is it you're doing? And not just doing it once or twice. Are you going to do this consistently for 6 months? Are you joining Facebook groups? We can sit here and talk to her blue in the face about all the strategies to grow your business, all the strategies to grow your advertising, all the strategies to, train your staff and all that type of stuff. But are you doing the work? Are you putting it in? Are you focused on the race? Why? Because God's trying to develop inside of you a consistency, a persistency, a courage, maybe how to speak better. So you can be able to enunciate and pronunciate and move with your words and create analogies. Maybe you got to speak more through creating content. You have to see the bigger picture. You have to see the bigger mission here. So to run with endurance, the race that God has set before us, stripped away, not just any race, the race that God has designed for you. Most people are enduring life they never should have been living. I've been in those seasons, just enduring a season that I shouldn't have been in the first place. Yeah, God, you permitted it, but God didn't always make it, right? And how quickly are you going to get yourself out of that position? How quickly are you going to help do the work required to how many books are you reading? Right? What podcasts are you listening to? What YouTube channels are you watching? What do we do? What skills are you developing? And then go take the action. Go risk a little bit. Go invest a little bit. Go make it happen, right? So the difference between worldly endurance and biblical endurance is the world says, just survive, don't quit, make it through. The Bible says, endure towards something, like a prize, a crown, or a harvest. Galatians 6:9 says, don't grow weary in doing good. Don't grow weary in doing good. Which means we can grow weary in other things.
Yes.
We can grow weary in the weaknesses that we have. I'm tired of this weakness. Let me go get in the mind gym, the emotional gym, the spiritual gym. Let me go get stronger. I'm tired of us being in this season. I'm tired of our marriage being in this place. I'm tired of getting defensive. I'm tired of gossiping.
Good,
I'm tired of poverty mindset. I'm tired of these things. Let me grow weary in the things that are strip us down. Let me grow weary in the things that are holding me down, and let me not become weary in all the things that I'm doing good. Let me continue moving forward. So
I've read that so many times, and that's great.
Don't grow weary in doing good and doing good things.
Which implies that there's things that are worth growing weary of.
Exactly.
It's good.
So strategic endurance, as I wrote down, strategic endurance knows what to endure and what to quit. So now it's like, well, what do I do? What do I do? Literally on a piece of paper, write a line down the middle and say, what do I need to lean into and what do I need to stop doing? What do I need to go get more determined and devoted to? And what's distracting me from my ultimate destiny? What let me draw a line down the middle. And when you draw that line down the middle and you write down all the things that you need to lock into, all the things that you need to take action on, all the things that are going to better you, and you write down all the things that are holding you down, all the weight that's holding you down, all the baggage, all the trauma, everything that's holding you down, all the vices, all the bad habits, all the destructive habits, write that thing down. Then what I want you to do, I'm going to take the piece of paper, fold it in that middle line. After you fold in that middle line, open it up and rip it down the middle. And then take all those distractions, take all those destructive habits, take all those, and literally burn them as you're praying to God and you're releasing it to him. As a sacrifice, Lord, I'm giving this to you. I'm casting these anxieties on you. I'm done with this. And then take everything you're going to need to do and put on your bathroom mirror or your refrigerator door. And go take that action.
I feel a lot of the religious getting a little weary about burning something.
Yeah. But hey, just burn it. Just burn it and offer it up to God and say, God, I'm casting all my anxieties on you. I'm casting all my anxieties. I'm giving this to you. I'm giving this to you. We used to do it every year when we played football is, the seniors, we'd write these notes. We'd write these notes and then we'd burn them. And the burning was symbolic. It was symbolic of I'm closing this chapter and I'm moving on to the next chapter. I'm closing. Why? Because fire is cleansing. It creates purity. Fire kills the disease. So you're taking this and burning it, right? You're not doing it as like, okay, I'm sacrificing this. That's not what I'm saying. Understand what I'm saying. Let's not use some common sense. What I'm saying is you're using it as a symbolic of like, I'm cleansing these things out. I'm cleansing these from me, right? And I'm burning this and I'm done with it. I'm no longer going back to this. And I'm like a phoenix rising up from the ashes and become a new person. That's why we get baptized, right? That's why we get baptized, become a new creation to say, all right, God, I'm getting baptized and I'm washing away my sin and I'm stepping into you. Does it mean you're perfect? No. Are you going to sin again? Yes, because you're human, right? But it's symbolic of coming to Christ, which is the only way to come to Christ, right? But it's about taking the action to say, I'm done with these things. I'm done with these things. I'm done with these things, right? The last point, the process, suffering. So there's a process here to endurance. If you break this down, there's a process here to endurance. The process, suffering, right? So you're going to go through suffering, which is then going to require endurance. You can't have endurance if you're not going through suffering. I mean, if I said, hey, Mark, go run from here to the mailbox and back, is that going to take a lot of endurance?
No. From here to the mailbox?
Yeah, which is right there. You good?
That doesn't take a lot of endurance.
Okay, just making sure.
I'm like, how far is the mailbox?
Yeah, think about it for a second. The mailbox is like 100 feet, not even. So, okay, all right. So it's not going to take a lot of endurance? Okay. But if I said, hey, go run 5 miles, is that going to take endurance?
It could, yeah. I think it would be a push.
10 miles.
Yes.
15 miles. Okay.
100%.
Like 5 miles is light work.
5 miles is all right for me.
Okay, light work. Okay. 10 miles, right?
Yeah.
The point is like I want endurance. I want to develop endurance. It's only going to come with going through greater distances. Going through greater distances.
You got to push it.
Push it for a while. Push it for a while, not for a month, not for a week. Talk to so many athletes, like, are you locked in your nutrition? Yeah, how long? I've been doing it for 2 weeks. It's like, bro, will you do this for a year consistently? A year every single day, 7 days a week. Will you follow this? Let's develop that type of mindset, right? So suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces character. I remember when I ran my marathon for the first time, man, it was a battle. I saw something inside me. I saw a level inside of me, honestly, that scared me. I'm like, man, if I can do this, what else can I do? And the first thing I did, honestly, was I stopped running. I stopped running.
Yeah.
I stopped running because we go through these seasons. I'm like, man, but now I know that, man, that's your standard. The next year I'm going to do an ultra marathon that's going to be at least 35, 40 miles because I already know what my limitation was in my mind, and then breaking that limitation by actually going and do it. And I hate running, right?
Now imagine training for it. You'll crush it.
Yeah, and I actually I didn't even train for that marathon. I ran 40 miles from January to October. I ran 40 miles all year and ran the marathon and did it in 4 hours and 49 minutes by the grace of God. And I couldn't walk for 3 days, but it was worth it. I literally couldn't walk for 3 days. So endurance produces character, then character produces honor.
Yeah.
Character produces honor. So if I want honor, still high esteem, regard, reverence for Christ and respect from my peers, not because I'm longing for respect, but because I live a respectable life. I live a respectable dream and vision, right? I got to go through suffering. Romans chapter 5, verse 3 through 5 is the sequence. We're getting this from is the sequence. Okay, Romans chapter 5, verse 3 through 5. So suffering produces endurance. You build capacity through resistance. So you strength train, you build capacity. Endurance produces character. You become someone different through the process. Endurance produces character. So when Jesus was hung on the cross, he went from earthly body to seated at the right hand of God.
Right.
So it was God became fully man, but was still fully God, but he was in the human flesh, and then transformed again, which I'm sure was suffering for him because he was fully God, right? And it was suffering. He experienced sadness. He experienced righteous anger.
Right,
So there was some suffering for him as God. He felt the pain. And then by bearing the cross, right? Then by bearing the cross, he developed character, his true character. True character through what? Through suffering. God expressed his true character through the suffering on the cross.
Yes.
And Jesus became then seated at the right hand of God, produced honor, right? So suffering, endurance, character, honor. That's the sequence that Jesus displays. He displays the sequence right there, right? God's reward is high esteem, respect, and strength through suffering. So I want strength. I want high esteem. I got to go through suffering.
Yeah.
You can't skip steps and expect the result. So here are the two quotes I have for you guys. Number one is, some things deserve to die. Stop resuscitating them. Some things deserve to die. Stop resuscitating them. Some relationships are meant to be cut off. Some mindsets are meant to be cut off. Some habits are meant to be cut off. Things in your life are meant to be cut off. Stop going and trying to revive them as if, I still kind of want that in my life, though.
Yeah.
I still kind of want that. No, it's meant to die. That thing is meant to be stripped off of you. Don't go resuscitate it.
Yeah.
And number two.
Can I hit on that
Go ahead,
real
go
quick?
ahead.
Some things deserve to die. Some stop resuscitating them. Some bad thinking needs to die, right? Who taught us to think the way we think, right? Who taught us to do things the way we do them, right? It's like, oh, this is all we've ever done.
Yep.
I love what our pastor, Pastor Jeremy says a lot, that he's spent a lot of time breaking off the mindset of poverty, right? And that he's still breaking off the mindset of poverty. I mean, from the outside looking in, it looks like, you would think it's like, at what point are you done breaking it off? It's they're generational curses for a reason, guys. They're deep. And so you got to go to the root system. And a lot of times what we're doing is so surface level, and then we wonder why we keep finding ourselves in this revolving door, right? And we're not enduring enough. We're not intentionally putting ourselves through that suffering, because when you start to suffer, what I'm seeing here is that endurance happens, and then that character. How does that character happen? Through revelation, through alignment, through correction, alignment of correction. So I just wanted to hit that, because I just feel like I'm hearing, like, even myself, like, I feel like sometimes it sounds easy, right? But it's like, when you're in the fight, it's like, we got to know, all right, where are we in this fight? Like, I have to meet myself where I'm at. God's going to meet me where I'm at. I got to meet myself where I'm at. So I have a place to start and go. I felt like that's... Yeah.
But then also at some point you have to say, okay, God's going to meet me where I'm at. I'm going to meet me where I'm at. Well, let's set the GPS for like 10 miles down the road. Let's not continue meeting us where we're just at right now. Let's go take us to another place. Let's go raise the bar. Let's go raise the standard. Let's go move forward. Let's go break these things off. And then let me go raise my standard, not continue to say, well, this is just where I'm at. Well, no, it's not just where you're at forever.
Glory.
Let's go move. Let's go move. Let's go. Let's stop putting ourselves in this mindset of focusing only on the destination right here, looking down at the ground. But let's also gotta have some vision to say, man, that's where I'm going and that's where I'm striving. So God, meet me up there, because that's where I'm headed. I know that's where you are. That's where I know your intentions are. Meet me up there. God, don't just meet me here. I want to meet you up there too. Let's go, let's walk, right? So we gotta have that type of mindset and have that type of discipline, that type of devotion. I say the crown comes after carrying your cross. The crown comes after carrying your cross. So, we're gonna go into some practicalities of this, but that's what I have for you guys, man. So if you're out there, you're burnt out, you're devastated, or maybe you're just starting to lose some motivation or lose some just passion for what you do, whatever it is, man. I hope this is encouraging to you guys, and I hope this helps you move forward in that positive direction to keep enduring and not just endure for endurance sake and just get through it. No, grow through it. Don't just get through it. Don't just go through it. Grow through it. Amen. And then go be better. Go make more money. Go have a better relationship. Go get stronger in your spiritual foundation and journey.
Go claim it.
Go be a better athlete. Be stronger, be faster, make some plays, earn some scholarships. Like, do the things that you set out to do. But it's only going to come through you going through that suffering.
Good, bro.
Let's go.
Fire.
All right, man.
Yeah, so
let's get to the
we're at a
questions.
question portion. So for those out there that are listening, I'm sure we're all in a grind season, right? So they're I'm sure people are listening, they're grinding through something right now. Maybe a tough season, a difficult relationship or goal that's not working out. How do they know if they're supposed to keep pushing through or if it's actually time to let it go and move on, right? What's the difference between being faithful and just being plain old stubborn?
Yeah, I mean, we have to look inward first and foremost. We have to look inward and say, where am I going? What are the goals at hand? What standard do I want to set for myself? What dream or vision am I trying to go accomplish? What am I doing here? Okay, what are all my priorities? This is where we got to sit down and make some priorities and say, listen, this is where I want to go and this is where I want to grow. So in order to get past these just suffering because I want to suffer and I'm putting myself through suffering and saying, no, like this is it. I'm done with this thing. We have to set our priorities of where we're trying to go in life, what vision, what goals, what dreams do we really have? And then say, okay, is it serving me or is it enslaving me? Is this pushing me closer to the promise or is this keeping me from my potential? That's why I literally say, like, get a piece of paper or get your iPad out, okay? Get your iPad out, get a piece of paper, write down, boom, 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 write down serving me, enslaving me, assets, liabilities, and everything that's not an asset, you get rid of. Everything that's a liability, deep down inside is a liability, if it's a liability, get rid of. If it's an asset, invest into. Assets are investments that bring you an ROI. Liabilities are a slow death because you're constantly paying for this thing that's not going to bring you anything in return. So I'm paying into a relationship that's not bringing anything in return. Now, do I want to have a transactional-based relationship? No, but if it feels like a transactional-based relationship, then it already is a transactional-based relationship. So you probably shouldn't have the relationship anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I'm not seeking a relationship for that, but if it feels like that, it's probably like that for a reason. It's probably time to stop feeding into that. So I'm paying into these things in the time. Oh, I just watch some movies, watch some TV, play some video games, da da da. Okay, you're investing your time. Is that time now coming back to you exponentially, or is that time literally just wasted, right? And so we have to really look inward and humble ourselves. Honestly, really humble ourselves and say, man, should I keep going here? Is this worth it? Is this worth the fight? Is this worth me still holding on to or not? Man, do I really want to invest in this relationship? Let me go into prayer. Let me go into thinking and is this, and get some discernment. Is this something I should keep fighting? I dealt with this big time, man, with my gym, right? You talk about time to let go or time to let it go and move on, or being faithful, just being stubborn. There was multiple periods when I owned my gym where I honestly felt like God was saying, like you're done here. Close this gym down. Like, close it down. Just close it down and move on. And I'm like, man, well, hold up, God.
Right.
Like, I got all these kids I train. I got all these coaches. You want me to just just kind of close this thing down? And me not doing it. And because of me not doing it, it literally, completely outside of my control, literally closing down without me wanting it in the first place. People quitting, people betraying me, just my own depression and stuff like that. And like, man, like nothing, and literally nothing that I did would work to bring the business back to to problem. Nothing, no advertising, no events. Like, I did a bunch of things to the point where I was being stubborn.
Yeah.
And I felt in my spirit like it was time to move on. It was time to get into this almost 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Now, if hindsight's 2020, so I'm thinking about just the timing of everything. I'm like, man, what if we started this 2 years ago? We would have literally been starting this at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Because we would have already had a year worth of content, a year worth of experience of coaching, getting into literally the revival that's happening. We would have been front runners.
Right.
But because of my own stubborn mindset, I missed that opportunity. What do we always say? An opportunity of a lifetime will only be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. So it's like, I missed that. So ultimately, it ended up happening in the first place. But I felt that in my spirit. It was a conviction in my spirit that said, man, there's another mission here that I need you to be obedient to, right? So it has to be an obedience. So I was stubborn. And the ultimate, when I finally decided to close it down was literally when I couldn't do anything else. I just couldn't do anything else. It was complete humility and surrender to God. So there really wasn't a choice. But I wish I had done it sooner by just being obedient, by speaking into that conviction that I had in my heart. So when you guys are going through seasons, like, man, I don't know if it's time. Get this back and ask yourself, What do I feel in my spirit I'm being convicted to do? Is it to forgive? Is it to keep moving? Is it to build? Or my spirit, do I really feel, because I've been taking this in a prayer and I've fasted over this and I've been around some spiritual leaders and I've been through my coach and mentor who has wisdom to share. And if all those things are pointing to go to a specific objective, go to that specific objective.
Right.
But what we'll do is
stay in that
we still won't. So there's an action to take here. Now, am I going to have a perfect answer? Am I going to have a perfect answer? No. But through multiples of those avenues, and then if you still feel something in your spirit, it's probably time to lean into that. So,
what I hear is the first step that should have been done, to gain that clarity through that process, be faithful or stay stubborn, is seek God.
Yep.
Right? Open up your ear to Him, open up your heart to Him, and then be obedient.
Yep.
Fail that part, then it's like you're seeking counsel. Right? And when you're seeking counsel, God will work through people, especially if you have the right alignment, to say, hey, bro, you're burning both sides of the wick.
Yeah.
You're really, you should probably fold this. There's not an alignment here. There's not, and a lot of times we don't like to listen to the counsel that God will bring us around us. So then the third step is we learn through pain. Yep. You know what I mean? Until we start the cycle back over again, we get back on our knees and we say, God, this is way too much. Well, it's because you're doing it through your own strength. You're doing it through your own wisdom, right?
Yeah.
And so He calls us to decrease so that He can increase, so that He could be the increase in everything that He's putting in our hands to steward and move.
It's honestly greater levels of humility. Okay. Number one, seek God. Why? Humble yourself before God. Right. Reading the word in prayer. That doesn't work and you're still prideful and puffed up. Then you get around someone else and then have that person come in and say, hey, bro, you should probably get rid of that and probably stop doing that thing. You probably should quit that, whatever, and humble us through an actual spoken word, which is another level of humility. It even takes humility to say, hey, man, I'm struggling. Can you give me help?
Right.
So it's like level 1 humility. Okay. Level 2 humility. Well, then level 3 humility is God being like, all right, I'm going to let you figure it out on your own. And then you get to a spot where you're like, oh my gosh, I've come to this thing. And and then it's like, all right, God, I understand now. So it's just varying levels of humility. Spiritual maturity, what a spiritual mature person does, and I'm not there yet, but what I'm learning a spiritual mature person does is seeks God and immediately gets their answer.
Right. That's
spiritual maturity, is they hear from God and they immediately get the answer. You've seen it with Noah, with Noah. You've seen it with Moses. You see it from Abraham. I hear, okay, God, I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to go do everything you said I'm going to do immediately.
Number one example, Jesus, obviously.
Yeah, Jesus, right? Yeah. Like you're seeing this as like, okay, I'm obedient now and I'm going to be it right now. I don't have to go ask for confirmation from anybody else or seek counsel from anybody else because I've already heard from my Father in heaven.
And it lines up with the word
of God. And it lines up with the word, and that's where I'm moving forward. And you literally can't fail. So
it's good.
Yeah.
Question number 2, let's say someone's been working their tail off for months or even years, training hard, doing everything right, but they're still not seeing the results or the breakthrough that they're hoping for. How do they know if they just need to keep trusting the process or if something actually needs to change?
No, they need to change. They're lying to themselves.
Whew.
They're lying to themselves.
From the hip.
Oh, trust the process. I'm just in this season. How long you been in the season for?
Right.
How long are you going to keep just trusting the process? Everybody loves trust the process. Bro, what is your process? Tell me your process. How hard? I'm not asking you to actually answer.
I was like, hold on.
What's your process? When people say you don't trust the process, I hate that term. I really do. I hate that term. Trust the process. Trust the process. What's the process? Tell me what the process is. Mm-hmm. We all have different processes, but what's your process looks like? What's your intentionality look like? Where's your standard? What bar are you setting? What are you doing? You're going, I'm just going through a season. I'm just going through a tough time.
Yeah.
No, you're not just going through a tough time. Mm-hmm. You've been working hard for a year and you're still not seeing results. You are the problem.
Right.
You are the problem. Right. No, you're not working as hard as you. When I talk to athletes all the time, I'm like, I want to gain weight, coach. You sure you want to gain weight? I want to gain muscle. Then parents will come in and say, well, he eats so much. He just doesn't gain weight. No, he doesn't gain weight because he's snacking on garbage or he's eating a little bit that you think is a lot, but is not actually a lot.
Yeah, yep.
Get around me when I'm in bulking season and I'll tell you, it's 6 eggs and then it's a bagel with cream cheese and then a cup of oatmeal and a protein shake. That's breakfast. That's breakfast after the first breakfast in the beginning of the morning, which is a English muffin with a glob, like 3-4 tablespoons of peanut butter and jelly before I go work out and pre-workout. And then I'm already almost 1,600 calories deep and it's 7 o'clock in the morning, right? I've ate almost your entire day by 7 a.m.
Right.
And then go into eating 2 hours later and then 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 2 hours later. So no, they're not gaining weight because they're not eating enough.
Right.
Oh, he just has a fast metabolism. No one is superhuman, genetically different that's ever been created. No. Okay, if you have a fast metabolism, which every teenage boy has,
Right.
because that's how they're designed and wired, then they need to eat more.
Right.
It's not that complicated.
Right.
I'm just not gaining weight. No, you're not gaining weight because you're not eating enough. I'm not losing weight. You're not losing weight because you're eating too much and you're not exercising consistently.
Right.
You exercise hard for 3 days, and then the next 4 days you don't exercise, and then for 2 of those days you eat like garbage. You literally just canceled everything else out for the week. Let's be completely honest here, right? What else? Just business isn't growing, man. I'm just stuck right now. No, it's because you're not waking up at 4 a.m. to get some work in. You're not working out.
You're not doing the little things.
You're not reading books. You're not going and taking some risks. You're not advertising. You're not doing things you need to be doing. You're making excuses. So if someone's been working for months, years, and years, and not seeing progress, you're literally the problem. That's your problem. Don't make excuses for yourself. This is why having a coach and mentor is so important. This is why, I used to coach business owners and professionals and entrepreneurs, and because when I still own this business, but when I had my brick and mortar gym and it was at a certain level, I just got to a place where I was pretty removed from the business, and I was kind of just not looking for something else to do, but I'm like, all right, God, what's next? Like, what's next? Again, not getting comfortable. Because I was super comfortable. So I started coaching professionals and business entrepreneurs, and the 90% of the coaching was my mindset. 90% of the coaching. So at some point in the future, I will relaunch, a GODfident business leader or GODfident entrepreneur or something of the matter.
Stay tuned.
Something of the matter where I will coach entrepreneurs again of developing these mindsets, practically speaking, and really getting to the weeds of what they're dealing with and what they're going through, and then going to work. Not just talking about mindset, no, getting to work, like having accountability, having a coach that's literally texting you every single day and you're sending updates to, and having that accountability, and it's a powerful thing. So man.
There's a reason why, I just want to make that connection. There's a reason why a lot of current employers, they look for ex-athletes to hire, because there's a natural mindset and drive that comes behind the athlete that applies straight into business. So, but we're talking about performance across the board. Yeah. They all translate. There's a lot of parallels. So
I could go into that too about athletes and hiring too.
Another podcast.
Because then a lot of players will also get themselves in trouble too. Because a lot of athletes, what happens? They get on teams and they get the success from being in proximity, but they never actually really did anything.
Right.
Even if they played and started and they produced some stats, but they weren't the one cleaning up the locker room after a game. They weren't the one, humbling themselves before their teammates and helping and operating in a team fashion. It was more about them. Employers can get in a lot of trouble to hiring athletes because a lot of athletes have a tendency to have a very majority, honestly, have a selfish mentality and have a what's in it for me mentality, especially nowadays with NIL and transferring. Have a very, if I'm not playing or starting, then I don't want to be here. I'm going to go find somewhere else. You're going to see a whole generation of athletes in the next 5 to 10 years that are going to get hired places and jump from employer to employer to employer because they feel like they should be doing something else or feel like they should be entitled to more X, Y, and Z.
Well, I've never even thought of it from that perspective.
And you're going to see a lot. You're going to see the work for it. And that's why a lot of the AI stuff, they're coming for jobs and they will replace a lot of jobs. So you have to use the tool and resource at hand and go produce value in some way. You can't just show up anymore being mediocre and think you can get by. There's no more silent quitting. There's no more sitting in the office and just, it's funny now. Give it about 3 more years, and if you're not able to show receipts of 4 to 6 to 10 times a ROI for every dollar you get paid, if you can't show that, you're out. Because now there's literally going to be computers and what's the Tesla, the Optimus or Optimal or whatever, the robots
to take labor,
who are literally going to replace you. No job is safe. No job is no blue collar job. They're going to be able to lay roofs.
Yep.
They're going to be able to build houses. You're going to see a work site and there's going to be 20 robots building a house in record time and do it to perfection.
Yep.
Near perfection. No one's perfect except for Jesus. But do it. You're going to see that. You're going to see them doing heart surgery. You're going to see all that. You're going to see them at a drive-thru at McDonald's. You're going to, you're going to see all of it. Yep. They're going to be programmed. They're going to do it. So, what should I do? What you should do is produce a level of value that only you can produce.
Right. And
we will get closer to the age of where I honestly feel like everybody will be in some way an entrepreneur or an intrapreneur. Mm-hmm. that's ultimately our calling. Everybody's like, so much have this mind. I never thought about this till now. This mindset of like, man, I don't want to like make someone else's dream, come to fruition and make someone else rich and da. Yeah, because we are all made to work the land. We are made to help and support each other. We're also all made to be in a specific calling and you doing a specific task that only we can do. So find and seek that out, and God will always have that place for you. But when you're just doing something out of being average or, just doing it for the sake of, well, then yeah, you will be replaced.
Right.
Go level up and elevate your value. If you can't do that, you will be replaced. Everybody. I'm replaced. You're replaced. We're all replaceable.
Yeah.
And that's how we are as a company going to be leaning into AI and using it to create the most powerful and most transformative mindset training programs ever. And I firmly believe that. So
100%.
We're going to use the tool and we're going to do something amazing with it.
Question number 3.
Yep.
You mentioned stripping off the weights that slow us down. It's in scripture. But for a lot of athletes and students, the hard part isn't trying to do bad things. It's saying no to good things, like choosing between multiple sports, friend groups, or opportunities. How do you figure out what to cut when everything seems valuable?
Again, it's priorities. It's priorities. We can't do everything. You even see this in business. You can't serve. I always say you can't serve everyone. You have to pick a niche and go all in on that niche. You can't serve everyone. You don't have value to give to everyone. You can't expect to be an elite champion level legend athlete and go to every social event that you want to go to. It's not possible. You can't say, I want a Division 1A FBS Power 5 scholarship and cut corners on your workouts. It can't happen. It won't happen. And even if, by the grace of God, you're so genetically gifted and talented that you can be average, you're average, and still make it because your average is higher, right? You won't make it through. You won't last. Even if you get to the professional level, was your goal just to say that you went there and then get cut after a few weeks? Was your goal just to play on one team for 1 year? And then you're done, and then you're done for the rest of your life. And now guess what? No one cares if you were a pro for a year or two. No one cares. Literally no one cares.
I think that cycles back to like thinking bigger, right? Not being limited, in order to endure, you need to not be limited in your thinking, right? And I think about Jameis Winston. He talks a lot about, he's a man of God. He talks a lot about how his whole thing was just get into the league. He didn't even think
I saw that.
about how, what to do or what it would look like or how it would feel or what would happen once he got there. What could happen after that. He's like, bro, if I would have started like that, getting to the league, I would have.
Right, it's a lot of woulda, coulda, right? So but now he can give that wisdom, and that's what it's all about. That's why God allows these things. But it's like, all right, James, imagine if you had this mindset and attitude in high school, in college. Like you see him going viral now for just being just an amazing teammate. People used to say that he was extremely cocky. People used to hate him when he first couple years in the league because of that energy, but because it was misplaced energy. His energy was misplaced. It was a little more puffing himself up. It was. Or now he's like, no, I'm going to keep this energy, but I'm going to do it for the glory of God. And he's fully into that. And then now look what's happened. Now it's placed in the right, it has the right alignment, right? But again, like he didn't see it. So now it's maturity. But we're coming, while we're doing these podcasts, while we're doing this, is to give you guys wisdom to say, hey, don't wait. Start thinking about this, right? He's saying, James was saying, well, if I even think about, if I don't have any more ifs. I'm not a freshman in college anymore, but if I was, here's what I would do. And that's what we're doing this. So, it's not just not doing the bad thing, it's saying no to the good thing. So it's like, even in college right now, it's been like, no, like I'm not going to that party. No, I don't want to just drink a beer. No, I just don't want to. I don't want to smoke some weed. No, I don't want to party Friday and Saturday and day drink Sunday. And like, I don't want to do those things. I'm going to go sharpen my axe and I'm going to go get better. Being able to say no to those things will help you endure the battles that God has for you, right? Stripping down the weight isn't just doing the bad. It's saying no to things that can seemingly be okay. Well, your buddy's like, no, bro, just calm. Like, you don't even got to just be there. It's like, no, what I want to do is 6 hours of my day. So much time is wasted in college. So much time is wasted in college, right? It's like, nah, you can have some fun, but lay a list of all the priorities. What are your goals every single day? I want to read 50 pages. I want to work out. I want to. If you get through all that and there's time left over, go have fun. in moderation. Go hang out. Go waste some time. Go play some 2K. Go do whatever you got to do. Right? If you're a business professional, go watch a movie. Go take your family out. Go take the rest of the day off. Go, if you're an entrepreneur, go whatever you want to do. You lay your list of all the things, your priorities. Okay, here are my personal priorities. I worked out today. I read my 50 pages. I read a chapter of my Bible. I prayed. I handled all that. And then here are the 2 to 3 main things I gotta get done today. I gotta get this done. I gotta get that done. I gotta get that done. Okay. Once I finish all of those, in addition, there's also gonna be others that come up throughout the day, an email to send, a person to talk to, a word, whatever. If I get through all that and there's still time left over, I'm cool. But what happens 98% of the time is if I get through all that, some of these days I don't even get through all that. I don't have time for anything else. So when I'm so focused, when I'm so blinders up, focused on this path that God has me on, most of the time there won't be time left for anything else. And that's living a Christ-centered life. Jesus didn't waste time. Do we think that Jesus wasted a single second that he was on earth? Look how much he did in 33 years.
Yeah.
Right?
And then 3 years of his ministry, really 3, and yeah.
So when we think about it, I have to live so on mission that there has to be no time left for anything that doesn't bring me benefit. Not me benefit, but benefit of the calling that God has called me to, right? So does it mean, I can't have fun? No, you can have fun, but that fun is intentional. That fun is intentional. What's fun? Is fun to me going to the club, no, that's not fun at all. You know what's fun to me? Hanging out inside with my boys and my wife. That's fun to me.
Right.
That's fun to me. Do I drink alcohol? No, I don't. Do I think it's bad? No. Maybe do I casually drink here and there? Sure, maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But that's not fun to me. What's fun to me is this. This is fun to me, right? Going to the movies with my wife and boys is fun to me. Going bowling is fun to me. Getting around other brothers who I can have good conversation with and do something fun is fun to me. You know what I'm saying? Like go shoot, go fish, that's fun. I'm gonna do those things, but it's intentional. If I go fish, which is fun to me, I'm going to relax and think and decompress. If I'm gonna go have some fun, I'm gonna go get around some brothers and go, play a sport or shoot or whatever. Like that stuff's fun. Other stuff is not fun. It's not fun. It's just draining. So
yeah, you got to be careful because it's like that fun stuff. Depending on what it is, we could think. Like I come from a highly addictive family, really, and, that fun stuff, you keep that door cracked open for the enemy, he'll blow the hinges right off that door. And you think you're all right. You think you're good. Like, hey, it's just a little, here and there. I'm still on top of my things. But then life hits you in such a funny way, or, maybe a way you didn't imagine. And those habits end up something that become your coping mechanism, right? Like you need to be around people, or you need to be around these influences or these substances, and then you end up finding yourself on a slippery slope before you even know it. You won't even expect it. You think you're good, and I've seen, and we see it in the Bible. We see it all the time. The most highly regarded, the most high character, people, and they get knocked down. You know what I mean? And so, and it started from one look, or it started from one little thing, right? It's never what we see at the top of the result of the consequence, right? It was never that thing that they got caught doing, right? It was the thing that they were doing when no one was looking, So that's good, bro.
Yeah. So. I hope this helps you guys. Yeah, I hope this helps you guys to endure the battles, but not endure them for endurance sake, endure them to move forward in the prize and the promise that God has for you. So we appreciate you guys for listening. This is an episode of G&G, which stands for Grit and Godfidence. That's going to give you the grit and Godfidence to push through. And then the segments Win, W-I-N, What You Needed. That's more of what you needed to hear. That's the real talk to spur you into action and give you the inspiration and motivation that you need to get going in the first place. So we appreciate you guys for being here. And our prayer is that these help you move forward towards the promise and the calling that God has for you. And we appreciate you guys. So we'll see you guys in the next episode. God bless. Let's grow.